Okay, folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier here with a Mike Takes On political events, current events, my thoughts, my takes on all things current. So many horrible things going on in the world. Last week it was Shannon Sharpe. This week it's P. Diddy, Puff Diddy, in the news, at trial. Unfortunately, I mean, this is one of those things where wouldn't it be exciting if the P. Diddy trial, what's his real name now? Is it Sean Puff Daddy Combs? Like, what's his legal name? But apparently the woman that she's now pregnato, but I mean, I'm not like this expert on this whole case. A friend of mine was calling the shot on this 2 or 3 years ago. She was telling me that this storm was a-coming because she was in on all this Puff Daddy information. I didn't know what was happening. But this woman that he beat up in the hotel, I never bought her album 15 years ago or whenever, but quite a good-looking lady. But apparently she was the victim of so much abuse and getting beat up in the hotel and the freak-offs and all these horrible things. And just the craziness of it all and the lubrication and everything is just so weird and sick. So we got Puff Daddy going to trial, and I've watched a few videos about it, and it seems, according to the people I saw in the Stephen A. Smith interview, that the defense is basically like, yeah, he's a pervert, and he's a weirdo, and he abuses women, but he's not a sex trafficker. So I think that's, in that defense, as they were saying on that interview, it's kind of a tough one, because they're basically admitting guilt to something, but not to the extent of which he's being charged. And I think that's a real, that's a tough way to go. But as the expert said on the Stephen A. thing, that might be their only card to play, because if they have evidence of this poor lady getting beat up in the hotel and they have all these witnesses and so forth, I don't know if they have other testimonies. I'm sure they do. Or I don't know if there's other video evidence or whatever the fuck. But it just seems like, what can he possibly say? And I guess the only card to play is, yeah, I'm pretty much an asshole, but, I didn't break any laws. I think that's going to be tough in this day and age. I mean, you might have gotten away with that in a prior lifetime, but not this one. So how do I feel about it? I mean, I just think it's, I don't know, corruption of the spirit. I mean, how easily the worm turns, as they say. I mean, 15 years ago, you could put Puff Daddy and on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and they'd be shaking and dancing and telling each other how great they fucking are. And we'd all sit there and get our spooning of horse shit pop culture for 10 minutes, and we all enjoy it and say, oh my God, he's such an entrepreneur. Holy shit. Ellen has broken so many boundaries. She is so nice. Look at her dance. And we'd all give a flying shit. Except actually I wouldn't. I was always above the fray, to tell you the truth. But this day and age, it's all these people are getting canceled and hashtagged, and what can you do? So the next scenario, as they say, what else is going on in the world? It looked like Brittany Griner's name was coming up again. And I mean, I've seen this stuff before, but people are getting all hot and bothered about her voice. And there's a video of her at a pool party in some regard, and she's topless. And no offense, but it does not seem like a whole lot of activity upstairs there in her toplessness. So people are kind of questioning her sexual, biological identity or qualification. And so that's another one of those things where no matter what you say or what you think, you're going to upset somebody. I don't know what to think. I guess I go back to not that topic about her, but I go back to her being in the Russian jail or whatever it was. And we had to trade, we as in Joe Biden and so forth, traded like a Russian spy guy for her, which seemed like a pretty shitty trade. And I mean, Do I think she should have been imprisoned for all that time because of a drug instrument? I don't think so, but at the same time, that's why I don't go to other countries. No offense to the world, but I have enough problems here in my own neighborhood. Why should I go to some other country and be under the domain of these rulers and these imperialists, these non-Americans? I mean, I can barely trust myself, let alone other countries' people. And why do people feel the need to go to these other countries? Well, you want to see the mountains, or you want to see the Alps, or whatever the fuck. What are you going to see? I mean, watch a movie. There's a lot of things in the movie theater to see. I just don't get it. I believe my AAA is here, so I'm going to go. MikeMessier.com.